Hey, you guys, Jonathan and Francis, I couldn't resist because I just got Jonathan's most recent email. I think maybe you're using SketchUp Make, which makes sense because that's free. I think it's only $55 for SketchUp Pro, and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's another advantage to the plugin you were talking about, but you can geolocate directly in SketchUp Pro. So I'm going to File, Geolocation, Add Location, and I was just looking at this. This is in Hoboken, so it's near the river, so it's steep. That's why I chose it. I could do a street view or a satellite. The street map is always changing. If I were to come in here to Hoboken, it'd be much more detailed. But I'm going to pick this just because it's steep. Select a region, import it. And so now I've got this map, but I also have a topo. And so I can go, and the first thing I can do is with a simple plugin, I've got to unlock the topo. And then there's a free plugin where I can make a volume out of it. Oops, hit delete instead of push. Now if I could scale this and 3D print it or something, right? I can also come in here and change the color of it. I could have used the other image. And then I can actually go to, I can turn off the terrain or just turn on the snapshot. And I could start, drawing buildings. So let's just say I just do it really simply. And again, maybe, Jonathan, maybe this is obvious to you, but I'm just kind of, since we were talking about it so much. Now I could, of course, make this much more complex. But I could do this with a bunch of buildings. Um, Come up whatever, you know, 75 feet. It's really important in SketchUp to group everything. My mouse has changed direction recently. It's really bugging me. I got to fix that. Um, and then I can put this on its own layer. And then I can bring the train back in and just bring this straight up. And then now I can stamp this onto the terrain. So I can make a little plinth that's, would approximate the foundation and then move the building down. Always when you're showing stuff. Being glitchy here. And I could do that for a bunch of other buildings. I can also, if I want to, like make a road here. So let's just say I was going to uh, make a 2D. Let me turn this off. I got to turn the. Obviously, I'm just being super rough. And I would put all these on layers, and I would do this differently. I'm just showing you the basic workflow. So then I'm grouping this. I'm going to lift it up. I can constrain it so it's in the same place. You maybe couldn't tell I did that, but I did. And now I'm going to drape it onto this surface. And so now I have a 2D, I have a road that's going with the contour, and I have a 3D building that's changed the topo. Let me come to perspective view. Um, I can come in here now if I want to and change the color to something hipster. Whatever, let's see. Let's do it. And I could change the road to a different color. You get the point, right? And I'll just do that. Make it white. Can make the building white too. And now I have this really quickly a context model, and I can then also just do a solar study very quickly. turn on the sun, pick whatever days I want. And I can save these. Let's say if I was going to go for, I'm going to do solstice here. Uh, 9 a.m. on solstice. I save the scene, name it something, but I won't right now. And then I can change the time of the sun, for example, create a new scene, and then I can now go back and forth between these two. Oh, and yeah, it memorizes it's just a camera setting memorization. So if I wanted to make another here, I would make another scene, and now I can go between these different scenes as an animation. And then I can export this whole thing as a complete model into Rhino. When you do that, and like I say, I would have very carefully organized anything I put in this model into layers and sublayers. I have this old layers panel thing I use, but you can also, of course, just do it with tags. Um, and then those actually get transferred also into Rhino, but they usually don't. The objects don't aren't transferred to the right layer, so you got to move them around a little bit, but it's pretty easy. Anyway, that's what I'm talking about. All right, hope this is fun. I love modeling, so if you guys want to me to get involved in anything, let me know. I'll be happy to.